Wednesday, July 16th, the Bowdoin Music Fest live streams works by contemporary composers Zhou, Maurice Ravel, and Antonin Dvořák, played by guest artists, festival fellows, and faculty. Have you ever heard of Gukin music? Well, you will now. This is Friday, their usual time, 7:30 in the evening, Eastern Daylight Time, 4:30 on the West Coast, 1:30 in the morning here in Europe, and 9:30 down under in Australia on Thursday. The photo there is of the musicians who will be playing the first piece by Zhou, which is a contemporary piece called Illusion, composed in 2007. That's Todd Palmer on the clarinet, Renee Jolis on the violin, Jeffrey Ziegler on the cello, and Tao Lin on the piano. Let me tell you a little bit about Zhou and this piece, Illusion. It was commissioned back in 2007 by the Network for New Music, and they got funding from a lot of other places. And the inspiration comes from, here, let me show you I want to show you what a guqin is. This is a guqin. It's a 7-string ancient Chinese instrument. It goes way back. It's considered by scholars to be like foundational in terms of Chinese music. They had a saying, a gentleman does not part with his quin or his kin or say without good reason. And that was referring to what's now called the guqin, that gentleman doesn't part without his instrument, unless he has to. Anyway, and it was associated with the Chinese philosopher Confucius. I'll tell you a little bit about the artists who are performing it. Todd Palmer is a guest artist at the festival, and he's a 3-time Grammy nominee who's done things like recorded Osvaldo Golijov's klezmer clarinet quintet called The Dreams and Prayers of Isaac the Blind. Renee Jolis, I've already told you about her. She's on the faculty at Eastman School of Music. Jeffrey Ziegler's on cello. He's on the faculty at the Mannes School of Music in New York City, and also a co-director of Vision into Art. Used to be with the Kronos Quartet for years and then branched out. His wife is the contemporary composer Paola Prestini, who we told you about last week. And on the piano is Tao Lin, who's a visiting faculty with Shanghai Normal University now, and he plays in a lot of these concerts. And then finally, then next up, they do the piece by Maurice Ravel, and they have a different gang playing on the Ravel piece. And the Ravel piece is interesting for this reason. It has a harpist in it, okay? And what happened was that there were 2 harp companies, Pleyel and Erard, at the time, late early 20th century. They were competing in the harp business. And Pleyel came out with a new harp, and they got Debussy to compose a piece for it. So Erard got Ravel to compose a piece for their harp. And it was like a competition between the 2 of them. Anyway, that's Isabelle Jamois on the flute, Frank Tao on the clarinet, Renee Jolis again, and Janet Ying on the violin, Philip Ying on the viola, and Janet and Philip, they're both with the Ying Quartet, in which Philip and his brother David, they basically run the Bowdoin Festival. And then Keiko Ying on the cello, and June Han is the harpist. So let me tell you a bit about the harpist, because she's most important in this. She's on the faculty at Yale, at the Peabody Institute, and at Columbia University, and at Juilliard Free College. Basically, she teaches everybody. Her mother is a composer, Young-Ja Lee. So she's very into contemporary music. And she's performed with a lot of the top orchestras. And in terms of chamber music, she has performed with the Chamber Music Society at the Lincoln Center, Manhattan Sinfonietta, etc. So she should know her business and really be able to show off what Ravel was trying to show off in this piece about the harp. Then the third piece is a piano trio by Dvořák, piano trio number 3 in F minor, opus 65. That's Ian Svensson on the violin. He's been teaching at the San Francisco Conservatory for a couple decades. David Ying of the Ying Quartet on the cello, and Pei Shan Li on the piano. And she's very much into what she calls collaborative piano. She's running a collaborative piano program at this festival. She's on the faculty of New England Conservatory, where she also teaches collaborative piano. So that's what we have for you this week from the Bowdoin International Festival.